Saturday, July 29th, F3 Weekend kicks off with an exclusive 3MG event. Oh, yep, the 3MG launch party and meet and greet, featuring an exclusive listening party for the new album Let the OG Talk by Monologue Magaz.
Living life for a minute, homeboy, no cap, I've been walking that road. I done been in many situations, trying to waste God free.
There will be an open bar and buffet, video shoot, plus speak to artists from F3. Limited tickets are available to the public. Email now at info@3mgmusic.com for more details. And from what I hear, the 3MG team has a little surprise up their sleeve. So email today because the tickets for this event will go fast. The 3MG launch party and meet and greet, another 3MG production.
Yeah, we all won't smile. It's a God to see it.
I'm a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Judah, of the seed of Abraham. I ain't no Egyptian, I ain't no Muslim, I ain't no Kabbalist, and I definitely ain't no African. Why you all up in Islam? You ain't Arab, you're a Hebrew. Man, it's getting crazy. Everywhere I look, I see you. Some of y'all say you Egyptian. You can't read the hieroglyphics. You don't know what they really say. That makes you religious, cuz you just believe in what you heard was right. So why you mad at me for saying I'm an Israelite? When I can read the Hebrew, I can see right through you. You want your identity, but you don't wanna be who you are. You wanna shine, you wanna travel around with the philosophy and history you think you found. But all your dates are carbon dated, and we know that's off. So what's the point of all your math when your equation is wrong? Come on, you ain't Egyptian. You ain't no Muslim. You ain't no African. Man, please, come on. Get it right, you're an Israelite. You ain't Egyptian. You're not Egyptian, no. You ain't no Muslim. You ain't no African. Yeah, please, come on, get it right, you're an Israelite. You wanna be everything but what he made you. You don't understand the gift that he gave you. You're the children of Israel. That's who you are, yeah. Don't you listen to these other philosophies. They don't guarantee nothing but possibilities. You're the people soon to be on top of these. That's who you are. Oh yeah. You're not Egyptian. You're not a Muslim. You're not an African. You're the chosen people. We are gonna wake up and claim it. Oh yeah. Cause it's coming soon. You better get ready. I know you don't believe it. You better get ready. Soon we're gonna see who's right, who's wrong. You better pay attention to this song, cause you ain't Egyptian. No, you're not Egyptian, no. You ain't no Muslim. You ain't no African. And you're not African. Come on, get it right. You're an Israelite. You ain't Egyptian. You ain't no Muslim. Oh no. You ain't no African. You're not an African. Come on, get it right. Get it right. Since you think you're African, let me ask you this question. Why do you feel that way, and what gave you that strange impression? You ain't never seen a sign that they care about us. If we're their people, they forgot us, cause they never came and got us. Listen, we ain't the same, we don't act the same way, we don't got the same spirit, we don't do the same things. Just because we got our skin in common, that don't mean we common. Just because you don't receive it, that don't mean you'll stop the bombing from coming. That's why I'm trying to wake you up real quick and take your mind out that reprobated state it's in. You say we've been here for billions of years, but can't prove it, yet we still can't cure the common cold. Come on, man, that's stupid. Listen, you ain't Egyptian. No, you ain't not. Muslim. Let it go, let it go. You ain't African. Come on, get it right. Get it right. Israelite. You ain't Egyptian. Why you wanna be what you're not? You ain't Muslim. Oh, we made you so much better. You ain't African. Yeah. Come on, get it right. You're an Israelite. You ain't no Egyptian.
Everybody gotta go, have to leave this earth. Sad to say a child is doomed from the birth. I lost a lot of people, most of them were very young. Can't bring them back cause all of them are long gone. Our people getting shot down in the streets every day. 13 years old going to an early grave. Never had a chance in life, straight to the tomb. Only had a couple months out in mama's womb. Now they're gone and you ask where their parents at. I guess it's up to believers to show them how to act. The light of the world, but our children in the dark. Let's snatch them out accordingly and guide them to the art. Just like the days of Noah, only remnants gonna survive. Yahshua's coming back for the virgins that are wise. Death is all around, so what should we do? Keep your faith in Yahshua, keep his commandments too. Absent from the body, present with Yahuwah. Absent from the body, present with Yahuwah. When you lead his body, did you have faith in the path that you own? I hope it wasn't straight. I hope you love your brother as you love yourself. Hope you didn't trust in riches and all the wealth. Hope you repented for every sin. Hope you made amends. Hope you forgave unlimited times and then again. Hope you worship Yahuwah with all your being. Hope you guarded your heart, your ears, and what you're seeing. You're not your own because you belong to him. Present yourself a living sacrifice and say no to sin. Then you can walk in eternal bliss. No more cares of this world, can you picture this? No more dying, cause life will transcend. No more pain, no more struggle, world without end. No more darkness, cause all you see is light. So seek the Most High, Yah, with all your might. Absent from the body, present with Yahuwah. Absent from the body, present with Yahuwah.
All right. Am I muted? Can I be heard?
No,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All praises. Man, it feel like I'm running. I feel like I'm running and feel like I'm leaving something behind. Like I feel like I got to go back and get it. So I talked to my wife. She did let me know that I don't know what's going on the StreamYard. Maybe because it was scheduled, because I had the wrong date up there earlier. It's not showing who's with us, but my wife said there's quite a few people. Right, she did say, because I was like, well, hey, I said, can you log in just so I can see? And she said, I'm in. What are you talking about? I said, well, comment then. She said, I did comment. She said, several people commented. So
we got
with
10
that
people
being
in the building
told, I want to say welcome to the Truth Be Told Flex podcast. We would not be able to comment with you guys for some reason. We don't see it on our end. Before I get with the announcements, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Man, I am good. I am blessed. I am good. We are a couple weeks, right at a few weeks away from this event on July 30th. I see we got 10 people in the building. I seen Sister Delta and Brew News in the building. We got the fam in the building.
Oh, so you see everybody?
It? I can see from my phone. I can see. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I can see who's coming and I can comment. But like you said, I can't see from the Truth Be Told Flex podcast platform. We can't see how many people like we normally do, and we also can't come in. So I don't know what's going on with that. But other than that,
I think it's probably a user error, which was my error. We noticed at the same time that I had it scheduled for Thursday, and I just changed it. It was 6 minutes before, so that may be the reason why we can't see. So everybody that's in, I want to say shalom. This is coming from the desk of the Light Hebrew magazine as well. We saw the meet and greet video that's going to be the night before the Fringed Up Family Fest. Okay, and that seemed like it's going to be just as crunk, people. I don't know if you guys caught it or not, but it also said that they do believe that there might be a little bit of something special up in that joint
man.
for those who attend. Okay.
Yeah, man.
So I'm supposed to give these announcements that's off the desk of the Light Hebrew magazine. The VIP tents are sold out. But they say that the property is shaded, so it will not be too hot.
Right.
Okay. I don't know how many people coming from the north, but you're coming south.
And boy, Atlanta got its own sun.
Say, look here, man. I think every state down south got its own sun.
Boy.
I think they come with their own sun. So, hey, if you coming from north down south, hey, enjoy yourself. That's what I could tell you.
They shaded.
Exactly. So it also says no outside foods or drinks are allowed. Only baby food and formula.
Right.
Affordable clean foods and specialty drinks will be available from the vendors. No coolers allowed in the event. You can't keep them in your car. Parking is very close, and once you enter, you will be given a band to enter in and out as you please. Meet and greet after the party, Saturday, July 29th, 9 to 2. For tickets to meet and greet, you must email info@3mgmusic.com. Tickets are purchased through our Cash App and they are limited. If you cannot make the event, but you want to support, you can donate for another family to come to the F3 Fest, which is hosted by 3MG. Kids Zone passes and adult entry is only $10 until Friday, July 28th, 7 p.m. That'll be Eastern time. After that, you may purchase the tickets at the door for $20. Go ahead and save that little 10 and get it now. Vendor spots are available to purchase until the 15th. Today is the 12th. And you can purchase them on the website as well. Food and drink, unique products and service vendors are wanted. Volunteers are wanted. Contact 3mgmusic.com. Here is a list of the artists that will be there as well. It's going to be hosted by Chariot Views, Mir, Israel. DJ Judah will be on the ones and twos. Ayo Ben Yahoo, our very own Ayo Ben Yahoo. Jamil the Trunk Rattler, Hezekiah, Monologue Magad, Yapa Q, Lorvins, Shanayim, Demon Slayer, Noah Just a Vessel, Judah's Son, King 7, Selah Soul, Sister Shalom, Big Homie Yerp, Faith in Israel, Zamar Yasharel, to Zion, Paisley the Hebrew, and Snipes. Hey,
man,
I haven't seen a ticket like this since 1970.
That lineup fire.
That lineup is fire, like for real, man. Y'all must gonna start at 12 o'clock in the.
Boy, the Ruach gonna fall. I'm telling you, boy.
Look here, man.
Man,
it's gonna be a blessed day.
Man.
I just keep saying, man, I hate that I'm not going to be able to be there. Yeah, man, it is really breaking my heart that I'm not going to be there, man, but I know I'm going to see the videos.
Absolutely.
I was also told that we must give tickets away as well. I can't see the comments, but hey, real easy. Last week playlist. Give us the whole playlist for last week. You got tickets to this Fringed Up Family Fest. I think Ayob got his eyes on the comments. So let us know what you got, yo.
I'm watching the phones. We got 13 people in the building right now, man. So
all praises, man. So before we do anything, y'all already know what the protocol is. Go ahead and smash that like. If you are new, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the bell and hit all. That way you'll be notified whenever we broadcast as well. We want to give a shout out to Nasaya TV as well for allowing us to share their platform.
Yeah, man. Shouts to Elder Nasaya and Nasaya TV Network.
Exactly. Man, right now, praise to the Most High. And I'm going to talk early because I feel like it's going to work, man. Internet is moving good. Internet moving. I'm working off of multiple screens. I'm feeling like a big boss right now.
I can dig it.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Yeah, I'm working off of multiple screens, man. It's a lot that done went on. Before we get to one of these main big topics in our intro, I want to play this. And I want to talk about this right here.
Oh, say, can you see by the blood in the streets that this place doesn't smile on you, colored child, whose blood built this land with sweat and bare hands. But you'll die in this place, and your memory erased. Oh, say, does this truth hold any weight? This is not the land of the free, but the home of the slave.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. That sister, Ayo, she was not worried about any notes.
Nope.
She wasn't worried about proper singing.
Not now another.
I think that she had it in her mind that when she got there, this is what she was going to do. And she was not even singing to the people at the Essence Fest. I believe that she was pointing fingers to the very individuals that she wanted to hear that she did that. So I want to give that young lady an applause, first of all, right? That took a lot of courage.
Absolutely.
It took a lot of courage to get up there and do that. Now, as you and I was talking, yo, that goes to show you how our people, the spectrum that we own, we go from here, we go from there. I don't think that there was a better way of opening up the Essence Fest. If she opened it up, I don't know if she opened it up or not with that, but one of our subscribers shared that with me, and I didn't realize that it was real, so I had to go check it out, and it was 100% authentic. What's your thoughts on that version of the national anthem, yo?
Powerful. I mean, if you are melanated or so-called African American or Gentile and understand and know the plight of us, then there is no way you were not moved by that performance. You would have to have no warm blood running through your veins to not be moved. That, to me, it truly personified the nowhere in the middle. There's no more in the middle. After hearing that, you either gonna love it or you either gonna hate it. And I believe that for such a time as this, in this hour, like we was talking before in Matthew, Mashiach told the Pharisees that the leaven of the Pharisees is hypocrisy. And you guys can discern the sky. You can discern the sky is red and lowering, but you can't discern the signs of the times. That performance, my friends, is a sign of the time. That's a sign.
That's a sign.
That's a sign, yo. That's a
I agree
sign.
with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly, yo. It shows you that we as a people are starting to understand what oppression is, man.
Yes.
And say, man, for her to get, she was. Is that her rendition? She wrote that, I believe. Did she write that?
I believe she either wrote it or somebody on her team wrote it, because that. Now, there's been many renditions of, the so-called Black National Anthem and different things, but I believe this was a first original piece sung in the tune of the Star Spangled Banner of the National Anthem and performed where it got this type of notoriety. I think times it's been done before, but it didn't get pushed in front of, like, this was in front of the news cycle, like, for a couple of days, still kind of up there. So I think this is the first, I think she did, somebody on, her or her team did write it. It's original piece.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I saw a couple of glitches, man. We gonna pray.
Yeah,
we're gonna pray this thing through.
I'm seeing it too, man. Yeah, buddy. Okay, my wife Malcolm.
Same time. Too.
Yeah, around the same time. My wife Malcolm did say she checked and Jill Scott did write it. She wrote it. She actually wrote that piece. So yeah.
That makes it even more powerful to me because she was speaking from her heart. That's why we were saying that she was not caring about any notes or nothing. She got up there and gave a message. And more than anything, we gonna work through this thing tonight.
Yeah, man.
We gonna work through this thing. I got a phone number. My wife gonna have to call. We finna to work through this thing tonight. I get that dude say he don't leave at 2:00 in the morning. You finna to work. You finna to get me through this thing tonight.
Say you gonna put him to work.
Yeah. We gonna get through this tonight, man.
Yeah, you loud and clear right now. At the moment, though.
Right. But she was speaking from her heart, and so she went through something for her to come to that, because you got this is an entertainer, and this is not no B-list or C-list entertainer. This is an A-list entertainer who know where she get her money from, who knows how she makes her money, and for her to feel that way, she went through something and she is not afraid. These are the type of people that is going to make up the kingdom. We're a long ways from us as Hebrews. One thing I can say about us, we got our differences. We fuss and fight amongst each other. We might not see eye to eye on a lot of doctrine and things like that. But one thing about us, our mentality is a long way from a Christian mentality.
Oh man, absolutely.
The kingdom is being built with men and women.
Yep. Absolutely.
With men and women who are not afraid to stand in the gap. And that's what Jill Scott did. She stood in the gaps.
Yeah, man.
Got one more thing I want to share,
Yeah. What you got?
Because I know we got to get to the beyond critical race theory, but we got some stuff to talk about before we get there too.
Yeah.
Hold on. Where is it at? There we go. Here we go. Screen one. This is what India Ari had to say. Let me know if it's there.
There you go, right there. Yep.
Okay, cool. This is what India Ari had to say about Megan Thee Stallion and Janae. Is her name Janae Monet? I always have to always say her
Janelle
name.
Monet. Janelle Monet.
Janelle Monet. She said the issue is what is context. Humanity does everything, but does everything belong in a stage? No. Is everything for kids? No. Is everything is everything for everybody? No. So hello? Can you
He's
hear me?
going. I can hear you now.
You can hear me now?
I think we lose. Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. All right. So when we as a culture, and that word culture is big here. So when we as a culture make something like this mainstream, it shows a lack of discretion and a discernment. To those in the comments who laugh at anyone who wants these things for our culture, you can certainly have that right. Just as many folks have the right to want our mainstream international export out our music, to show us in a respectful light. I like to go on the record saying this won't age well, and that's my issue. I love Janelle and Meg the way I love us all, and I don't like this moment. Don't bother debating me, LOL. I don't care, and I do this for 25 years. I've done this. So read, ponder, or don't.
Or don't.
What's your thoughts?
India hit the nail on the head. And once again, man, we was talking earlier, and what the world or what society does in this stuff is what we call ad hominem fallacy in politics or debating is when you're presented the facts and cognitive dissonance arises and you can't get around the facts, you start attacking the person.
Right.
You make
right.
it personal. And that's
Right.
where society is. You can't disagree anymore and just disagree and move on and still eat lunch together and still be friends.
Facts.
You disagree, they draw a line, society draws that line in the sand, and they want the separation, but then they point to the side that's separating and say, look at them. They're messing us up. We want love. We are love, but they're the ones against the love just because you disagree. So I love the stance she took. Once again, I in this hour, I truly believe, like we was talking the other day, it's all spiritual. It's all ruach. These are ruachs. The Most High is allowing the line in the sand to be drawn. But what's happening is the Jill Scotts, the NDREs, we're going to have to keep it going and not fold,
right,
because they're going to take money out of our bank accounts. Not fold because, oh yeah, we was going to give you a TV show making 50 grand a month. We're not going to do it now, because that's normally what happens. They, hey, little boy got his football. Everybody tackling too hard. He take the football home. So once again, I love it. And there's always a disclaimer that's got to be put out. She had to put out that she loved Meg and Janelle Monet. They had the females, twerking on stage. And like you said, you mentioned it real quick. Both sides of the spectrum at the Essence Festival. One hand, you had India Irie singing, and you had Jill Scott, and then headlining and to close it out, you had twerking on stage with little kids in the audience and all that. So, but I agree with India. I totally stand with that, 100%. Are we glitching? Yeah, I think we're glitching. I think we done lost my brother. But yeah, yes, Banath Shaw Ahaya. Yes, she stepped on some toes with that post. You back, Sheer? Yeah, I think we lost. Yeah, she stepped on some toes with that post. And You know, once again, it's the line is being drawn in the sand. You know, it's getting tough out here.
Can you hear me out?
There you go. I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Hey, I told you we gonna work through this.
We gonna work through it.
If you start seeing this freezing up, or whatever and glitching, just stop talking. We gonna work through this, okay?
Yes, sir. Got
we
you.
gonna work through this.
Got you.
I like the words that she chose. She said culture.
Yeah.
Because, and we're going to talk about how this became our culture too. Me and my wife was talking about this tonight, and she asked, well, how did we get here? And I don't want to move too fast in this conversation. I want it to progress. And if we take a little longer on this is fine, because this is something that needs to be talked about, because this is starting to destroy families. And this is what I'm looking at, you know. There was a plan for the black man. Can you hear me? Am I good?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Absolutely.
There was a plan for the black man 30 years ago, and I fell victim to it. Now there is a plan for the black woman in today's time, and we are seeing our children falling victim to it.
Yep.
And so, you know, it's going to take people like Jill Scott, like you say, and India Ari to be able to speak out, because their voices are way louder than our voice. I have not seen Meg Thee Stallion performance at Essence Fest. Wasn't no need for me to go look at it. I can imagine what it looked like. I didn't even see the Janelle Monáe, but I've heard enough about it to know that it was raunchy. I already know what Megan Thee Stallion herself does, what type of material that she puts out. And the sad thing about this is that she has a right to do that.
Absolutely.
But as parents, we also have the right to tell our daughters, you don't need to listen to that.
Right.
As parents, we have the right to teach our daughters that is not becoming of a woman.
Right.
That's where the problem is. The problem is not what they are doing. The problem is that we don't have enough instruction in the world today.
Right.
I got Paul. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. It's glitching a little, but I can hear you though. It's glitching a little.
Okay. Yeah. The problem is we don't have enough instruction we don't have enough instructions in this world today, and so therefore these young girls, these young babies that's growing up, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Are we there? I froze now.
Yeah, it's you froze on screen and it's glitching in and out, but okay, I think you're back now.
Yeah.
I think you yeah, I think you.
Hello?
Yeah, I think you. I think we lost you all the way.
Black people, Negroes, Niggas, it's a lot we lacking, man. Self-love, respect for one another. Y'all know what we gotta do, right? Let me talk to you for a second.
Melanin skin tone, I'ma keep it woolly. Love how he made you, wear like a scully. If black is beautiful, so define ugly. Hope this song inspire you to build the empire. Aspiration of greatness to aim at your objective goals. Mistakes and bad choices is really different. So take the ignorance and the knowledge to make a difference. Resuscitation is consciousness, it's resurrection, it's progression, yeah. If my people are thirsty, my speech can be the water. And if the appetite big enough, I'ma feed them knowledge. Teach them about self-worth and economics, political science. Show my people how to defeat Goliath. Love instead of war, mercy over judgment, unified as one. How can they separate us? Love your haters, even if you looking at Judas. Compassion conquer all sins, just to make you prudent. If you fall, I help you, I'm long suffering. If you down, then I'm down, we both suffer. Cover your body like a Mayweather shoulder roll, just letting you know that y'all still in control. Double it, I never lose. Can't sleep until I love my brother. I lift him up and never put him down. I'm telling you, my love is all around like a shadow ground. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's love. Tell your brother, tell your sister you love them. Let's come together. Can you feel the love? You feel the vibes? That frequency, that energy. That's what I'm talking about. One love. One love.
So
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
There you go. You back now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm back on my phone. I was trying to get my wife. I think she done left. And she do that because of how the internet be. So she could watch the show. Yeah, I was trying to get her to give these people a call. I went looking for her, didn't find her. I'm gonna try to on the next song break. I'm gonna try it again though.
Gotcha.
Anyway, but what I was saying is that there's not enough instructions in this world. And so, you know, with the babies, man, the same way that we fell into the trap of gangsterism and wanting to be dope boys, and the way our generation was, that's what's happening to these young ladies now. The culture is hoeing them out. And Megan Thee Stallion, your Cardi B's, and Nicki Minaj's, they are equivalent to who our Spice Ones was. And our NWA and Ice Cubes and Nino Browns, they are equivalent to that. They are being used in the same manner that they was used against us, against our girls.
Yep, absolutely. Totally agree. 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is, man. It is hurtful. And, I would love to give India Ari as well an applause for standing up as well, and speaking out against that. There's another issue that's really hot right now, man, and that's the Keke Palmer issue and her boyfriend.
Yeah, man. Yeah, crazy.
It really is, man. This is something that's hurtful as well. I want to read a scripture, man, a couple of scriptures before we get into this.
Yeah.
I want to go to Isaiah chapter 3 first. Isaiah chapter 3, I'm going to start at verse 9. And it says, the show of their countenance doth witness against them, and they declare their sins as Sodom. They hide it not. That right there is the problem. Last week's show was called The End is Manifesting Itself. How is this end manifesting itself? Is that sin is no longer shameful at all.
Right.
Scripture say the show of their countenance does witness against them. You can see it on their face, what type of spirit that they have. Yep. Now, before I get into this, let me make this disclaimer, okay? I'm not in the battle of the sexes. This is not if Kiki was wrong or Kiki was right, if her boyfriend was wrong, if her boyfriend was right. We dealing with the spirit right now because Paul said in Ephesians, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities.
Come on, man.
Powers of wickedness.
Come on, man.
Just like we said a while ago about Megan Thee Stallion and Janelle Monáe, people been showing they boobs since the beginning of time.
Yep.
People been shaking their rump since the beginning of time.
Yep.
And people been doing the behavior that Keke Palmer did at the concert since the beginning of time. The problem is that these things used to be shameful. They used to only do them amongst themselves. They didn't do it out in public. And then when people said something about it, they took the correction.
Yep.
This ain't got nothing to do with Keke Palmer.
Right.
This got something to do with everybody that is in agreement with that spirit. Because it's that spirit that's going to bring destruction upon a whole generation of people.
Man. like we said before, the scripture said it best. Like you said, it's not necessarily, it's nothing, it's not about Keke Palmer, it's not about Janelle Monáe, it's not about Megan. It is the Ruach that's driving towards Matthew 24:12. The love of many shall wax cold. Why? Because iniquity
shall abound.
Meaning, when I say blessings, I'm getting more than my cup runneth over. So sin abound, that means the cup of the woman sitting on the beast, the cup of iniquity runneth over.
That's right.
So this thing is all ruach.
That's right. This is all ruach right now. That's exactly what it is. And if we can't see what it really is, if we can't pay attention to what the problem really is, which is a destruction of correct family structure. Right. I mean, destruction of correct family structure. Like I told my wife, this is another form of birth control. You know what Keke Palmer is calling herself? I just found this out today. She calls herself boss bitch.
Yeah.
Don't no man want no boss for a woman.
Oh, man. Stay over there.
And again, this is not against Keke. Right. It's that spirit. And then when she say that, you got all of her little followers coming back clapping, talking about she deserved that. That's the problem.
Right. That's why Jezebel had the eunuchs.
That's right.
Not only did they do her makeup and had her dressed up, picked out her clothes, but they were her cheerleaders.
That's right.
Everything she did, no matter if they knew she was wrong, they cheered for her.
That's right.
You go, girl. You better tell them. That's how. So this spirit of Jezebel in this day and time, that's what Jezebel was. That's what she was.
That's what she was.
She was a boss.
She was a boss.
She was a boss. And she made it known that she was. And where did it get her?
Where did he get her?
Dogs.
You see?
So
the law says that there should not be a whore amongst the children of Israel.
That's right, man.
Because it would corrupt the whole nation.
It'll corrupt the whole nation.
And we seeing that happen. And it's like I was telling my wife when we was talking about it, man, the same effect that what the plan had on us when we was coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Still got brothers locked up from the 90s.
Still got brothers locked up.
Graveyard full of brothers from the 90s.
Yep.
Brothers can't get jobs from the 90s because they still stuck in that mentality of wanting to be this, what they thought that they were when they was in their 20s. You're going to have a whole generation of sisters that's single.
Yep.
with a boss mentality and wondering why they can't find no man.
Right. And real quick, we was talking about it the other day. You can tell when a ruach is behind it. Let me run through this real quick. So everybody remember a year or two ago. Now, just think about this last Kiki Palmer and Janelle Monáe. Real quick, let's run down this how this ruach, Jezebel ruach, and this serpent has penetrated our community and casting this spell. Remember Megan Good. First kind of started with Megan Good and her husband. You know, he was Seventh-day Adventist pastor, and she was started acting a little crazy. He divorced her when she wore that dress, that see-through dress at the Met Gala or whatever. That was letting all the women know you don't need him. Get your own bag. Your husband, you don't have to listen to him. Don't submit. Do your thing. You can divorce him if you need to, or if he divorced you, go about your business. So that's what that's the message to our young ladies and our young men. Then right after that, we had the Tia Mallory and her husband. She said, I want to live my life again. I just want to divorce for my kids. So once again, what kind of message, like you just said, what kind of message did that send? Then again, you had the Sierra wore that see-through dress thing, and Russell Wilson supposed to be praisers and Christian worshipers. Boss, big boss. I'm the boss. I don't visit my husband. I can disrespect him and wear what I want to. Now, once again, this Jezebel is being perpetrated with this whole Kiki Palmer. Once again, everybody I just named, it's not about them, but it's about that spirit behind it. If you just see this cycle, I just named it. You see this cycle keep happening all over and over again, man. I just want to throw that out there real quick.
I'm glad that you did throw that out there because it needed to be thrown out because this is what people are not understanding. This is what's taking over. It is this spirit that's taking over, you know, the younger generation.
Right.
Okay. And if we don't, and I'm gonna be honest with you, okay, we could get on here and say that we need to do something about it.
Right.
We could get on here and say that we need to kill it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be honest with you. If you believe in the Bible the way that I do, there's nothing that we can do about it at this point.
You can do.
This is a wildfire. The only thing that you can do about it at this point is be vigilant in your home. Train up your child in the way that they should go. That when they are old.
Right. And endure. We lost y'all. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go. You back now.
Okay, man, this thing was tripping on my phone now. Yeah, I believe it's something more than just my internet. I believe.
It's Ruwaco. It's more than that, Doc. It's more than that, bro.
This is crazy, man. But yeah, that's the only thing that we can do. Let me finish out this scripture. And I know we done took a lot of time, man.
This needs to be spoken about. This needs to be talked about.
Let me finish out this Isaiah right here, man. I stopped at verse 9. I'm gonna start it back over. It say, the show of their countenance doth witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom. They hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. That's what these people are doing. They are rewarding evil unto themselves. And when you can't tell them right for wrong, they're telling you that they will accept whatever come their way. They good with it. That's dangerous, man.
That's dangerous.
Isaiah goes on to say ye to the righteous that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doing. Woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hand shall be given him. He says, as for my people, children are their oppressors.
Wow.
Women rule over them. I just want to deal with that.
Oh, wow.
Children are the oppressors.
Wow.
I have looked at this scripture for years, and I give all praises to the Most High because he gave me a whole nother outlook on this now.
Yeah.
You know, have you ever heard a person say, you know, I really don't celebrate Christmas, but I do it for the kids?
Come on, come on.
You ever heard a person say, you know that Easter is pagan, but yet I do it for the kids?
Right.
Kids are the oppressed.
Right.
The Most High didn't give us children for our children to be our friends.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
Scripture say the children is a blessing from the Most High.
Right.
But you got to bring them up in love to the Most High. One of the things that irritated the Most High the most was that we sacrificed our children and gave them the Moloch.
Wow. Wow.
It said women should rule over them. Look at this spirit that's in the world right now. This is a highly feminine spirit in this world right now. And you got Negroes, men, that's buying into. I can't tell you how many men that I saw that's on the side. And again, listen to me. This ain't got nothing to do with it. She's right or wrong. This is the spirit that I'm talking about.
Right.
That's praising Kiki for how she acted.
And praising Kiki for how she acted and demonizing him for being insecure.
You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to be the first to say that this wouldn't even be a story if he had to handle it differently.
Right. Agreed. Totally.
We wouldn't even be talking about this if he had to handle it differently.
Yep.
He put it out there in the public, and the public bit back. So let's deal with the public. You want to know what's wrong with society? Look at the comments.
I'm telling you, man, they are on Twitter. Boy, he would have to go under a rock for about a week. I'm sure one of his elders, somebody need to say, bro, you need to log out every social media and leave for about 2 weeks.
Right.
Don't get on the internet at all.
Right. Unless he got really, really thick skin and he got really, really strong principles and he can stand up to every bully that's trying to bully him right now.
They are going in.
They going in on him. They making him this big while they making Kiki this. I listened to a podcast. Don't come for Kiki. What does that mean?
What does that mean? What are you talking about?
And these are young people. So now listen to me. They are influencers.
Right. That's say it again. Do you know that's an actual job title now? And now we see why it is, because there are many celebrities or so-called YouTubers or IG influencers that's making 30 grand a month from views and clicks and views. That 30 grand, they ain't getting paid that just for nothing.
You see,
the company is paying them because they're actually bringing people to their platform and being an influence.
That's right.
Boy.
I got one more scripture to read.
Bring it out.
This is out of Sirach chapter 26. Now don't get mad at me. I ain't write it.
Say it again.
Don't get mad at me. I didn't write it. It says a harlot shall be accounted as spittle, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband. Do you know the power of a married woman have to her husband?
Yes. I do. All praise
Now we talking about a good wife.
Right. Good wife.
We talking about a good wife. Me and my wife do not see eye to eye on a whole lot of stuff.
Right.
A lot of stuff we don't.
Right.
I just said something yesterday. We was talking about stuff. She said, well, that is an idiotic statement that you said. I said, well, I guess I'm just going to be an idiot because I stand by that.
Right.
But that lady got my back.
Absolutely. A good wife.
And that baby is submissive to me.
I got me one a good wife.
You understand what I'm saying?
So, yeah, man.
And she called me out on my dirt. And that word submissive is so scary to women.
They think of something totally different.
They think of something totally different.
It's not what it's not what you think, y'all.
Okay.
We know our audience knows what it is.
Right.
But outside,
Right.
they make it into a whole different thing, man.
Go and read the scripture and go look at what a wife's place is.
Right.
Wife have a place, the man has a place.
Yep.
And when you work in your proper place, you have this thing that is so beautiful that's called harmony.
Harmony. Come on now. Bring it out. You still good gracious.
It said a harlot shall be accounted as spittle, but a married woman is a tower against debt to her husband. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. Man, when the first time I read that, man, I say, man, I know dudes who got bad women in their life.
Right. Right. I know.
According to this scripture, you only got what you deserve, homeboy.
That's cause I hate that the man getting told out the wazoo online. But you could have behind closed doors been like, babe.
That's what you're supposed to do, because what you do is you keep the internet out your business.
Yeah.
And then you won't even allow that boss female dog spirit that's in her to arise.
And that's
publicly.
Instead of working it like, okay, babe, you're right. I shouldn't have let us grab me up like his woman, see-through pants and getting off. I shouldn't have done that.
Right.
Everybody doubling down.
Right.
But he may have thought it was gonna happen one way, and he should have just behind closed doors.
Behind closed doors, he should have. That's how a man would have handled that.
Man would have handled that.
That's how a man would have handled that.
And men, that's why I say, men that's watching, you cannot make a decision out of your
emotions.
You can't get emotional.
Can't do it. I just learned today from my wife that he posted the video.
You the one posted the video, right?
Did not know that.
Right. So, Ahab and Jezebel, I'm telling you.
Exactly. Let me finish this out, man, because it's quite a bit. We got to move on. I'm sorry, man.
Go ahead, Hawk.
It says, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Most High. A dishonest woman contempted shame, but an honest woman will reverence her husband. Did y'all hear that? Will reverence her husband.
Reverence her husband.
A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog.
Ooh.
But she that is shamefast will fear the Most High. A woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all. But she that dishonoreth him in her pride shall be counted ungodly of all. A loud crying woman and a scold shall be sought out to drive away the enemies. There be two things that grieve my heart, and a third maketh me angry. A man of war that suffereth poverty, a man of understanding that are not set by, and one that returneth from a righteous to sin. The Most High prepared such a one for a sword. A merchant shall hardly keep himself from doing wrong, and a huckster shall not be freed from sin. In those verses of Sirach, they laid out you the benefits of being a righteous woman and the benefits of being an unrighteous woman. And in this world, they telling you that you can do what you want, say what you want, dress how you want to dress, and still you cannot have the best of both worlds. I'm sorry.
You can't do it.
You can't do it.
You can't serve two masters.
So, Kiki, the only thing that I got to say to you is don't let the internet run your household.
Right.
You chose this dude. Everybody out here blasting him because he ain't that famous. Have you been hearing that?
Yep.
He's sitting up, probably using her internet on the cell phone, and she bought. Kiki, you chose that dude.
Yep, right. And here is y'all just had a baby.
You chose to have a baby with this dude.
Oh man, that right there is what, because you said you just read something real quick. The part that stuck out to me is what we're just talking about. The man that a man that stays at war but stays broke. You know what type of man that is? That is an emotional man that'll do. He'll kill anybody just to prove a point.
Just to prove a point. That guy, hey, remember that you said that later on in the show. Remember that statement for later on in the show. I got something. When you hear it, I want you to bring that point right back up.
Okay. A man that'll stay broke but stay at war, strife with his brothers and sisters. He
emotional. Real man. Say, man.
I know.
Go to our next song break. It's a song all the way down at the bottom. That was supposed to be our outro song. Go ahead and run that one. Right. Go ahead and run that one, and then we'll put it back in order. I'm gonna try to log back in on the laptop as well.
All right, you got it, bro.
You don't really want to do that.
You don't really wanna do that. You don't really wanna do that. You don't really wanna do that. You don't really wanna do that. You don't really wanna do that. You don't really wanna do that. You don't really wanna do that. You don't really wanna do that. Temptation always in effect all the time. We be forgetting that we are all blessed by the divine. You don't really wanna do that. You don't really wanna do that. You don't really wanna do that. You don't really wanna do that, no. Sinning will not get you in the kingdom. Living your whole life without no freedom. Look up to the Father, He will give you rest. You don't have to sin to relieve any stress. You don't really wanna do that. 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 We battle with the flesh all the time. Don't be failing every test like it's fine. You don't really wanna do that. 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 No. People battle with this all the time. Speaking death and sex days on the mind. Doing evil works and don't want to resign. Think it's working out until you're in a bind. No, you lean on your own understanding and not listen to what he's commanding. You lean on your own understanding, acting like it's all fine and dandy. Better chill and keep that soul at handy, cause every day it gets harder planning. Rather be on the beach where it's sandy, cause this walk not sweet like it's candy. No plan B, I'm only following the way, leading me straight to the A, a higher. I am that I am, it's so great. He the one woke me today, no liar. He keeping his word, Christ, our daily bread, life. The truth is in the book, read. You don't have to write, it's already written. Audio book you can listen. You got the time, but you rather be on worldly things. Man, you tripping, not even thinking about the spiritual. Your soul is up on the line. Your focus is stuck on materials, but can't take it with you when it's time. You don't really wanna do that. 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 We battle with the flesh all the time. Don't be failing every test like it's fine. You don't really wanna do that. You don't really wanna do that. You don't really wanna do that. You don't really wanna do that, no.
Yeah.
All right.
You back up.
We took a lot of time on that intro. What we gonna do is we gonna roll with the stories that we have. we gonna pay attention to the time.
Yeah.
And if we could get the Beyond Critical Race Theory in, it'll be later on in the show. If not, we'll just roll it in next week. All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it like that, man. But yeah, I'm able to look at the comments now, and I want to thank everybody that's in the comments right now. Your wife said something that I did not know, that Kiki identifies as pansexual. I thought Kiki was just straight, heterosexual, man. And it's like your wife said, she floats more towards the man, and that's why it was not known. Now I know Janelle Monáe is out there.
Right. Now I could, I think I sent you the clip. We were talking about it yesterday. Keke Palmer was in the Joyful Noise when she did the whole Michael Jackson in the choir with Queen Latifah rendition. She was, that was, to me, that was when she was the, the cute, innocent Keke Palmer. Everybody remember that, they did the Man in the Mirror, Michael Jackson rendition. Then all of whatever she been doing and all that stuff, all the way to Nope. When she was on Nope, the movie Nope, that's when I was like, oh, she a dude. Like,
man, I thought she was Bow Wow for the longest. God. Nah, let me stop lying. I really didn't. But they look a whole lot alike. But you can ask my wife. I did used to say that I think Keke Palmer was a dude. You know what I'm saying? Because she had no body structure, no curves, no nuts. She just straight up and down. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and I know that those things exist, right? I mean, Charlize Theron is raising one right now. The only reason we know that that's a little boy is because it's in our generation. But let's take 15, 20 years from now, when that boy is grown, it'll be a grown woman.
Yeah. Did Charlize Theron, it was a little boy, but it's not, it did, she had the little boy transition to a female.
I don't think she done had the surgery and all of that. He just walk around in a dress and her dressed like a little girl. So that's a little girl for the world pre-sakes. You see what I'm saying? And so, and this is something that's been in Hollywood for years too. This is not something that's new. Okay,
They've been doing this
please understand. This is not new. This goes all the way back to the black and white days. So after she had that baby, you know what I'm saying? You got Keke Palmer. My wife brought something to my attention on that as well. The same way that we thought, Keke knew she looked like that.
Right. She knew.
So she's receiving attention now that she ain't never received before.
Right. All the women online, girl, you just had a baby. What they be saying? Your body snatched.
I heard somebody say it snap back. Her body ain't snap back. She ain't had nothing to snap back to. Her body just.
So it's all of a sudden this is new attention for her.
This new for her. She wake up in the morning and don't know. You know what I'm saying?
This stuff is crazy.
But please understand, we're not going against our women. Okay, that was not no woman bashing session at all. That was all about the spirit that is in this world, and as Ayob has said, America is the habitation of devils.
Man, that if that ain't ever been so true in this hour, that is what's boy.
Exactly.
Babylon is a habitation of devils, y'all. It's getting, and these things are manifesting.
Right.
Last week, the ends being manifested was the title of the show.
Right.
We about to bring up some stories in a second, boy. This thing is.
Just going to get to them. What we got, man?
All right. So I got an article I found and we put up on out, and it goes right along with what we've been talking about. Signs and wonders, man. Things happening in the earth. Things that, there's nothing new under the sun. They've happened in, when the Most High brought us out of Egypt, and, the parting of the Red Sea, and, joining the fish, and just different things he's done. The sons of Korah, eating up out the sinkhole, and earthquakes and famines. Well, this right here, y'all, I got an article from the New York Times, and I want to go through this thing, and I want to pose. I'm gonna bring it out. I'm gonna let you have it. But the title of it is: In Southern California, hilltop homes sink into a canyon. Now, y'all, everybody knows Southern Cal is that's like probably one of the largest suburbs in America. Okay, so what's important is it says a landslide destroyed a dozen homes and forced residents to flee a wealthy city on the Palos Verdes Peninsula. The effects of torrential winter storms may be to blame. So now they're saying effects from last year's winter storms somehow did this. Man, let's get this. It says now this is a New York Times article. Once again, we me and Sheer, we real big on, of course, sourcing. So you don't take our word for it. You guys can always go and look these up. And
I believe that I put the
link is in the description.
Yeah, I believe that I got the link in.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So yes, this is a New York Times article written on July 10th. So this is just a couple of days ago. But it says a dozen hilltop homes in one of the most affluent areas of Los Angeles County collapsing into a canyon on Monday after a landslide over the weekend forced the evacuation of a neighborhood in the community of Rolling Hills Estates. Local officials said that about 16 people were evacuated late Saturday after fire officials responding to a call about a leaking pipe discovered significant land movement on Pear Tree Lane on the Palos Verdes Peninsula. California's disastrously wet winter may be to blame for saturating the underlying soils in the neighborhood, a hazard that in the past few months has threatened over idyllic perches in the state. So they've been known about this. But, it's going to be all right. Oh, ain't nothing going to happen. It's all right. We got money. Now, these are $1 million plus townhouses, y'all, that's perched up on this side of this like a mountain, right? It says, after crews found cracks and other damage to homes on the block, authorities said residents were given 20 minutes to pack up and leave. Gradually, and then swiftly, the properties began to buckle. By Monday afternoon, a stretch of $1 million plus townhouses that had once stood high on a cliff had slipped nearly to the street level. Their beige stucco walls slanted and broken, their living areas reduced to gaping holes framed by wooden beams. Man, somebody says, a resident says, it's the most shocking thing that I've ever seen. My heart goes out to these people. Now, that's Janice Hahn, the Los Angeles County supervisor and the city who represents the area. She said that at a news conference on Monday. She said, you can actually hear the snap, crackle, and pop every minute when you're there as each home is shifting and moving. Decks are falling off. Some of the roofs are now eye level on the ground. It goes on to say, Ms. Hahn said the cause of the landslide is under the investigation, but the initial thinking is that the disaster may be related to the procession of storms that inundated California this past winter, isolating tourist destinations, emptying affluent enclaves, flooding farm towns, and covering the Sierra Nevada with near-record snowpack. All right. Now, Alexa Davis, the city manager of Rolling Hills Estates, which is a community of about 8,300 people, she said in an email that developed around Pear Tree Lane, which was planned and built in its 1970s, is not situated in any of the parts of the peninsula known to be geologically vulnerable. Once again, this is why they was like, oh, we ain't worried about it. Because what they do, when they zone these cities and this stuff is zoned out for years, they try to do testing in each scenario of mudslides and everything. And they say, okay, it's safe to build these. We should be good. So who's got a hand in this? That's what I want to ask you, Sheer. Who's got a hand? So what's happening? All of a sudden, there's a sinkhole and these $1 million homes are gone.
I like
and they're saying it's the weather from last year.
Okay,
Crazy,
so we're gonna be talking about weather in the next story as well.
Yep.
I just want to put this out here, people, that it may be the weather that's causing it, but understand that they have been generating the weather that's causing it as well. Okay? For years, and I'm gonna say this now, and I'm gonna repeat what I'm gonna say on our next story too, because it's going to go with that. For years, I've been trying to figure out how they warming the earth up. I don't believe in no global warming. Okay?
Right.
The very name of it is a lie, global, right? Anybody that understands the book of Enoch know that we're not on the globe to begin with, right? So therefore they lying to you with global warming. I don't believe it, but they have been heating up the earth, and they have been melting ice caps in the Arctic. They've been doing that. And for years I've been trying to figure out how they do that, and I figured out how they did that in studying and preparing for this show. They shoot two chemicals in the air on the west of California. One is fluoride, and I can't remember what the other one is, but I remember what it does. One heats the air and one cools the air, and what it does is it makes the jet stream stable. It makes the jet stream stop, the natural jet stream that goes through. It stops it. It makes it still. And they can release it when they get ready, and when they release it, they send the hot air up north where the polar caps is. Then they send the cold air rushing down south through the states. Remember, just not long ago, we had a deep freeze throughout the states, and everybody lost power. That was during that particular time. Okay? So this is what these people are doing. They shooting hot air north, melting the caps, and they shooting cold air down south. So that's just with that though. But this is the big story though on this. We got $1 million homes sinking. What was the name of last week's show?
All things are being manifested.
The end is manifesting itself.
The end is manifested.
When I read this story, Ayob, I said to myself, this goes to show me just how fragile this kingdom really is.
That's what's,
This kingdom is fragile.
It's fragile, man.
This kingdom is so fragile that the rich, and you said something a while ago, you said they survey the land. And when they survey it over and over and over again. They ensure that this land will be able to withstand. But this goes to show you that no matter how they calculate, their calculation ain't got nothing to do with the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Come on, man.
You better go ask Pharaoh. Hey, Jasher said it got so dark that everybody just stopped where they was at.
Everybody just stopped.
And they were there. Didn't move.
Didn't move up. Yeah, man.
Right? Yasha said in Matthew 6, lay not up yourselves treasures upon the earth where moth and rust doth corrupt and where thieves break through and steal.
Come on, man.
These $1 million homes, Ayob and Yahoo.
$1 million homes that are now underground. Think like
these are.
Yo, listen. If it ain't never been some signs, when you start seeing this stuff, we may be at the beginning of earth planes, but it says men's hearts shall fail them. These are rich folk.
Men's hearts shall fail them.
These are rich folk that's got money passed down to generations. They ain't never had to worry about nothing. They looking for a new home tonight, or they had to go somewhere else.
Thank you. They
had to literally see their house crumbling. Like you said, the Most High, when his hand move, he'll do something to the world to let you know what the spiritual side is doing. In the spirit, it's crumbling. It's
crumbling.
It's crumbling.
The name of the show is Unraveling. It's all unraveling. And we seeing this with our own eyes. Ayo made a statement earlier in the show. He said, talking about the Pharisees, when Yasha told him, hey, you could discern the weather by looking at the skies.
Right.
This is the main thing that we want you to take away from this.
Right.
Whether it's caused by global warming, them heating up the earth, the Most High moving his hand, it don't matter. $1 million homes have sunk.
Right. That's
They money could not prevent that.
right. Right. They split.
And they money can't prevent what's to come.
This is just beginning of the beginning. So if you think,
say it again,
this is just beginning of the beginning. Meaning, if you think there's $1 million homes put in sinkholes now, as the world comes into agreement, as these ruachs are released, and these spirits of vengeance, that Esdras, I think it's Esdras talks about that. These ruachs of vengeance, and this, all this is unleashed upon the land. We're gonna really have to endure.
Right.
We're gonna have to endure. That's all, like we said a while ago. That's all we can do is just endure. Teach our children, strengthen and gird up, and endure. Them folks are scared.
This is a time to circumcise your heart. So Most High gave Abraham the ordinance of circumcision of the flesh, but it was symbolic to circumcision of your heart. For real, people, ask yourself, how much of this earth do you love? And come up with a real answer. Yeah. And then when you come up with that answer, then you need to start cutting that stuff off, because this earth is fading away.
Man, fast.
I just read an article. They was talking about 2075. I said, what 2075 is they talking about?
Right.
And they really believe.
Yep.
You see? And that's the heart of a foolish man. When you seeing all of this chaos that's in this world, you really believe that this earth is going to last to 2075? The way that y'all going, it ain't going to even be able to be populated. You making the homosexuals out of everybody.
Right.
You got the water sexes. That right there is another form of birth control.
Right.
You poisoning the food, you poisoning the water.
Right.
Even if the Most High didn't come back before 2075, who gonna be here in 2075?
Right. Right.
Where the population gonna come from?
Right. If the rate y'all going, boy. Good.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Check this out, but this is where hope is at, man. So the $1 million homes are falling, right? And we're going to be starting to see a lot more of Esau's kingdom collapse around us, people, because that's what Bob will tell us, right? This out of the book of Daniel chapter 7. And I'm going to start at verse 13. Daniel said, I saw in the night vision, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven. Those are the angels, people. And came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him, and there was given him dominion, glory, and a kingdom. That all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. $1 million homes are seeking.
Tell you, man.
And we worried about that when we got a whole kingdom that's gonna come, that the Bible say that's gonna last forever.
Forever. That's the hope.
That's the hope.
When you see these things starting to happen, just make sure you're not deceived, and make sure you gird up, because they'll tell you, oh, everything's all right.
That's what they'll tell you.
Everything's all right.
That's what they'll tell you. That's what they'll tell you. And I got one more to read.
Bring it out.
And this is out of 2 Ezra chapter 6, and we all know this one.
Yes, sir.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 6. In verse 7, it said, Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of the times? When shall be the end of the first and the beginning of that which followeth? And he said unto me, From Abraham to Isaac, when Jacob and Esau was born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. We got next, people.
We got next.
And this is all the Most High showing us with these $1 million homes collapsing in sinkholes. The floodings that's going in California. You even got floods in the Northeast up there, man, right now. The president just declared a state of emergency, I think, for the state of Vermont, if I'm not mistaken. Vermont and Delaware, exactly, because of flooding. All the Most High is telling us is that we got next. We have got to be vigilant. Put on the whole armor of the Most High. And stop being in love with this world.
Right. That's because we're talking about this right now. You remember we ran, about the whole stuff that happened in Las Vegas in June, the whole smoke turning New York red, like the Canadian wildfires, like, and this is why when we seen this story, I was like, oh yeah, let's bring this out to the people, because you gotta know, like, they're not really talking about it.
Right.
They are, because it's rich Americans,
right?
Rich white folk that's affected. So yeah, they talk about it, but they don't want you. They don't want to drive it too much because they don't want you to think that it's happening.
Right.
Like I said, what I say the other week about sticking the ostrich sticking their head in the sand.
Right.
That's no
whether he see it or believe it or not, it's happening all around
him. And that's what I'm saying. So yeah, it's, man, that two edges, and you see what. That's how you know it's us. In verse 10 it says the hand of man is betwixt. Who y'all know talk like that?
Right. We talked about my mama the other day, say words like, boy, go ranch that tile.
Right, my papa, he used to like, what is betwixt? Well, hand me that wrench and that screwdriver betwixt that 2x4.
Right, betwixt.
What is that? Wax fat and the land wax fat. I said the Most High, he black them and the land wax fat. So yeah, man,
these are definitely signs though, for real, and the Most High is gathering his people, and in that Daniel, I don't know how many people caught it, but it said that all people, languages, and nations shall worship him. People. We were called to be Israel, to be a light, to the other nations.
Right. That's it.
We are the biggest influencers in the world.
Yep.
So just think, if we use our energy and talents for the Most High, how this thing would be. Just think about that.
Wow.
If we used our energy and talents for the Most High, how this thing would be, man. So, hey,
man,
those people, like Ayob said, they are looking for a house right now, somewhere to lay their head. And I'm sure that, insurance is going to cover a lot of that, I guess, anyway, because the way insurance companies is, they probably say they ain't got no sinkhole coverage.
Right. Y'all on your own this time. We can't help you. What's the old boy Jake from State Farm? He like, I can't. My hands are tied.
My hands are tied on this one.
Me and Chris Paul can't come out. We over here.
You got fire protection.
Right.
You got flood protection. You ain't got no sinkhole protection. We
can't help you on that. You on your own.
Exactly. But the end game is to bring everybody to a level playing ground too. Ayob and we came across some information that we're going to bring out that's talking about a cyber. What was it again, Ayob? The cyber shutdown.
Yeah. Oh man. Woo.
Yeah. So that's gonna be something. That's a little teaser. That's something that we're gonna be talking about coming up, man. Because understand Esau. Remember Jasher 57 when they were fighting, saw that they would lose, and they wouldn't and joined up with the enemy and fought against their own people. They don't care about hurting their people for the end game.
Nah. They denied Yaakov being buried. So Joseph sent back. All the 12 sons was trying to bury Yaakov. Esau showed up and it's like, nah, you can't bury him in this cave.
Right.
Like, what you mean? It's our deed.
Right.
Esau was like, I ain't say that deed. So Naphtali ran back to Egypt, got the deed, came back
fast.
He came back so fast. They was already fighting though.
Right.
So they was lose. Yaakov and then was the 12 sons were weighing them out. So instead of they saw they was losing, they went and jumped over the cliff and started fighting with the children of Mount Seir. They didn't want that smoke. So yeah, man. So they will sink their own people houses. Just to
for the end game, exactly. For the end game. Let's go to this next song break. Let's get this other story in as well.
Yeah.
It's the blackout. And y'all know what them blacks about. Yeah. Okay, say it with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ain't no more black people going to hell. Let's go. Forget an LLC. The world was black owned. Black kings, black crowns on a black throne. Black kings, black queens making black clones. Black peace back east, bringing back those. Poverty, slavery, and they snatch souls. Prison system, feminism, and the crack soul. Still couldn't kill us, then we came back bold. The Most High put some fire on these black coals. I ain't here to jeopardize it, just to add a fire. This a Malcolm X mixed with some Hezekiah. This a Muhammad Ali with some Nehemiah. This will stop being the lowest, time to get higher. Even at our best, we still ain't maxed out. I wish I had a wood, I bring the axe out. And all we ever do is bring the facts out. Once the blacks come in, it's a blackout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ain't no more black people going to hell. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ain't no more black people going to hell. Let's go. Ain't no more black people going to hell. Let's go. Ain't no more black people going to hell. Let's go. Ain't no more black people going to hell. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. The raising up Israel. Let's go. The raising up the Israelites. Let's go. The raising up Israel. Let's go. The raising up the Israelites. Let's go.
Yeah, that was
John Boy.
For fake July, that John go hard. I like that.
Yeah.
Like
he up there in my list, man.
Yeah, man. You got some dope stuff, bro.
Yeah. Let's get this TikTok talk right quick.
Yeah.
Tell me that you are now a woman who dates women that look like men, or you a man that dates men who look like women. I'm so confused. I'm really trying to understand the dynamic. I don't understand how we are not looking at the fact, I know that this is everywhere now. You can't really get too far without seeing some type of promotion of people transforming. But are we really going to ignore that there's a clear mental component to all of this that is just lacking? There's something that is missing. And it's just like, are we really promoting mental illness?
Hey,
I'm sorry, I can't help but laugh.
I just started following old girl. She don't have a big following right now. She had another video today on the Keke Palmer situation, right? And she knocked that one out of the ballpark as well. With the type of stuff that she talk about, she may never have a big following because it's not what's popular.
Right. Right.
But what made this a TikTok talk for me was the very last words that she said, are we promoting mental illness?
Yeah.
In a time in which they are so big on mental illness, when she said that, it was like a bong. It went off in my head.
Do it again.
Bruh.
Do it one more time. How to do it?
Bong. You know what I'm saying? Dude, like, how y'all talking about mental illness awareness when you promoting mental illness?
Because trying to wrap your mind around a woman that's having a sex change to look like a man and a man having a sex change to look like a woman to be together, like, what? What is that?
And then they gonna tell us that we gotta go with that. Don't you know that in California they suspended a kid from school because he misappropriated a gender?
Right.
What's important? Is math important, or getting the acronyms right?
Right.
Is English important, or getting the acronyms right? See? One of our subscribers told me about their daughter, I believe that's a teacher, right?
Mm-hmm.
Said that the poor kids are confused because they not understanding why I just can't call Johnny a boy and Lisa a girl.
Right. And that's what Hasatan wants. He wants the confusion, but the Most High is sending the strong delusion to see where we will stand.
Bruh, say it one more again. Say it one more again.
Hasatan is sent back laughing, thinking he's winning because the confusion is happening, especially with the children. But the Most High is allowing it to happen because the word says he will be the one to send these strong delusions. So he is testing us while the tempter is tempting them. Because the Most High, he don't tempt. He tests.
That's right.
And the enemy, he can't test. He tempts. So it's encapsulated in all of that. You just brought up a good point. It's mental illness. That's what it actually is.
It's mental illness.
It's mentally there's nothing new under the sun, but I've never seen it like this.
Right. Well, the reason why we never seen it like this is because it's never been promoted like this. Right. It's always been here. And I don't care what nobody say, man. They are pushing this, and this is how I know that the Most High got to come back. Y'all should say anyone that hurt any one of these little children, it'd be better for you to tie a millstone around your neck and jump into the sea. Dude, they are moving towards making pedophilia laws.
Yeah. It's and once again, and I know we use the analogy a lot, but I just keep trying to get you to picture the frog that needs to be cooked. Cold water, he jump out. Hot water, he jump out. But warm water, he'll slowly be cooked to death, turned up, and that's what they slowly, bit by bit.
That's right.
Like to suspend a young boy because he wanted to call a boy, a girl, a girl. So now as a child, he like, wait a minute, I thought that's what we supposed to do.
That's right.
And we talked earlier today real quick about how our age, we came into the truth. Our parents weren't in the truth. But now you have our children in the truth. Then when they get married and have babies, their children are going to grow up all the way in the truth.
That's right.
So the enemy knows that, y'all. He knows that is part of the end game. And you know why?
That's right.
You know how is it manifesting? Because $1 million homes is sinking in a sinkhole.
That's right.
In California. You got smoke in the city, in New York City, with it looking red on the day a devilish game is let go. You got a woman calling a man and a man calling a woman, a man trying to look like a woman that want to be with a man. Like what?
That's right. That's
Those
right.
are the signs, y'all.
You are absolutely right. I mean, it makes absolutely no sense to me at all that parents like Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union are not arrested. them children should be taken away from them. That the children should be taken away from Charlize Theron. You understand what I'm saying? She has absolutely no business raising kids, right? I mean, you think about, we just did a story not long ago about babies found in a dadgum house with grown transsexual men. And all of this come from a coach in Pennsylvania, a soccer coach in Pennsylvania, left his phone at a restaurant. They picked it up, and what they found on the phone was him sexually molesting boys while they was unconscious. All of that come from this dadgum ruach that is in this world right now. That's it. That they are promoting.
That's it.
And over here in the West, it's the only nation that's promoting it like that.
That's it.
Why? Because this is a habitation of devils.
Habitation of devils. You got on top of everything I just said, everybody, you got the U.S. upset at Kenya and Africa because they are like, look, this is about to become law. Any LGBTQ stuff over here is not going. You will be locked up or put to death by this law.
That's right. They made them put a law in to protect them. That's right,
man.
And I applaud them for that.
Right. And the U.S. is hot. They are hot. I've been seeing that top of the news cycle every day. That's all they. Because
what people don't understand is that you can sit around and say people can do what they want to do. Yeah, you right. But you siding with those spirits when you don't. The words say, cry out loud, spare not.
Right. You're coming in the physical, you're agreeing with what the spiritual realm is doing. Like Mashiach said, they don't find rest until they can't find rest until they enter another body to do what they are set out to do. Whether that's murder, contention, strife, malice. And it just keeps transferring until the whole world is in agreement.
All right. The first person canceled was Hamashiach. The first person censored was Hamashiach. Because of what it is that you just explained right there. Because he spoke against the agenda. People read the Gospels. I don't know what they be reading, and I'm not talking about nobody, but when you read the Gospels, it's Hamashiach against religion.
That's it.
Against religion.
Yep. The Romans were there.
Because they use religion to control the people. That's it. Now, this sexual, lustful, deviant spirit that's in the world, guess what it is? It's religion. That's what the Essence Fest was. It was a religious ceremony.
Yep. Man, that's deep out. Wow.
It was a religious ceremony.
Y'all seen your boy Sam, what's the white dude name? Dressed as the devil at the Grammys. That whole thing, and CBS tweeted, I seen it. We are ready to worship.
See, that's what they doing. They be worshiping.
They telling you what they
And so when you got one person like an India Ari who was there, who shook her head and said, this is shameful. Girl.
Being like.
I see your Buddha rings on your finger, but I don't care. Right now, you in the right ruach.
Right. That's it.
Let's get this polo coat.
Man, that's good stuff, Op.
I don't want to go to school today.
Why you don't want to go to school today?
Never mind.
Hey, we need to
That's a little suspect. That's a little suspect. That's a little suspect. I do not trust it.
No trust in the system. Coming for your children. Trying to make a living, changing agenda. Yeah, abortion is banned, and they still want to kill them.
That's a little suspect. That's a little suspect. That's a little suspect. I do not trust it.
No trust in the system. Coming for your children. Trying to make a living, changing agenda. Yeah, abortion is banned, and they still want to kill them.
Working 9 to 5 and 5 to 9 plus overtime, you done switch shifts. But one day you got home early, found your son putting on lipstick. Straight A student, made an honor roll at the best school in the district. So you trusted them and forgot to keep one eye on them, and they slick rig. Trying to be a good parent. You talk to your son and ask what happened. That's what they teaching in all the classes. Changing that sex instead of pampers. What happened to science and mathematics? Come on and start you to teach them Spanish. On Instagram, they learning grammar, then they teach you your son about wearing panties. This isn't love. The enemy wants you to die in your sin called a pallbearer. So a seed and turn into a berry. Cause your precious seed they trying to bury. Spying on them, yeah, it's true, man. They be watching us like Jim Carrey. I was raised in the jungle around gorillas. Now they turning tigers into cross dressers. Get them out of this place, and I mean underlay. Don't throw your watch away. You ain't got time to waste. They don't let them pray in school, but let them be gay in school. First they break the rules, then they make the rules. Using God's rainbow as a symbol, just like a snake, man, they cold-blooded. Mixing alphabets is their main subject. Main reason why the earth flooded. Yeah, they teach you lies, you just gon' let it slide. If nobody blow the whistle, next is gonna be the pedophile. Please don't let them hurt you, give your children a curfew. Watch the teachers that's at school, watch the people in church too. It's all on the cartoons and on the commercials. It's all on the TV, every channel I search through. Man, that's a little suspect. That's a little suspect. That's a little suspect. I do not trust it. Don't trust in the system. Coming for your children, trying to make a living, changing agendas. Yeah, abortion is banned, and they still wanna kill them. That's a little suspect. That's a little suspect. That's a little suspect. I do not trust it. Don't trust in the system. Coming for your children, trying to make a living, changing agendas. Yeah, abortion is banned, and they still wanna kill them. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that Jones fire. That's a little suspect. Yeah, that's a little suspect. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Polo Cole, it's been a minute since I heard some of his music, and I was looking for some music, and I said, man, let me see if Polo got something new out, because he got one song that's my joint. I still jam to this day, which is I can't think of the name of it right now, but he got a funk. An old school funk. I can't think of the name of it right now. But I want to make this note here too. Y'all see that Bernard Shell or how your name? That be my wife that's up in there. Hey, that be my wife that's up in there. So hey, I want to give a shout out to her. I don't know what's going on with my feed. I get a little bit and I don't. Yeah. So I had to go to my phone to see what was going on. I want to give another shout out to your wife as well, because she dropped another name, Angelina Jolie. Don't have no business with no kids.
Not now, another boy. Yeah,
don't have no business with no kids.
Let's drop a bomb on both the wives today. Come on, somebody. Let's drop.
Let's do.
Daddy.
Already. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That song right there was talking about that same spirit that is in this world right now. They want that suspect spirit that is in this world right now, man. Me and your generation, y'all should too lighten it up. That brother there, I don't know how old that brother is, but y'all should be lighting it up, man.
Yes, yeah. Shouts to the young folk. My daughters, y'all should be there in their early 20s, man. Y'all
I don't. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. It really is. And for y'all youngsters that's out there and that's at least even just trying to walk righteous. Drop another bomb for them as well, because they need it, man. Because it's rough out there, man.
I say.
Drop that. There we go. We had two duds. We had some duds.
Oh man. There you go. But yeah, man. Yeah. Shouts to the young folk, because I know when I was that age, man, we wasn't, man. All praise for deliverance out of that, but when I was that age, you would have told me this, and I would have been like, "Man, what you talking about?
It ain't part of my agenda."
Right? Try, but you.
It ain't part of. I mean, you got for real. I hope that the people heard what we were saying with how the trap was set for our generation.
Yeah.
Like when we was talking about it, you told me, couldn't nobody tell you you wasn't gonna be Nino Brown. You know what I'm saying?
After New Jack City. Menace to Society. You couldn't tell me I wasn't. You couldn't tell me I wasn't Doughboy.
See.
Then you couldn't tell me I wasn't O-Dog. See. And before that, you couldn't tell me I wasn't gonna be Nino. You couldn't. Man, that's all I wanted to do. All I wanted to do was walk into school and shame my teachers with a fat knot of cash.
Right.
That's all I wanted to do, man.
And that was the agenda.
Right.
That's what was set for us. How you gonna get that knot? However you get that knot was going to be by wrongdoings. And at some point it's gonna catch up to you, either by incarceration or by the grave.
That's it.
So now that same entertainment system is now doing running the same gimmick on our women right now.
Like you said, man, that's a, oh wow. Like when you see, we gloss over that. We was talking the other day how we gloss over it, and it's such a cliche. But what you just said, like, think about that. That's generational curses.
That's generational.
Generational. That's, if I was 14 or 15 when those movies came out, and I remember in my hood, the dope boys had the Suzuki Jeep the very next day.
Yes.
Them boys are just either about to do their last 3 years or just got out. That means they did a 30-year bid. They had had babies. They babies are now grown-ups, just 10 years younger than us. Can you imagine that?
That's right.
It is happening all over again.
All over again. You know how many families were destroyed? Think about the families in the black community in the 50s and 60s, how strong they were.
How strong they were. Man.
And then the 70 babies came along, which I'm that generation, grew up in the 80s and 90s, and everything just started crumbling.
Yep.
No families, but babies everywhere.
Yep. No fathers.
No fathers.
Right.
And now the women out here, I don't need no man. I don't want no man. I could do it all by myself. What I need them for. That's going to be generational, and they teaching their daughters that.
Once again, to land back of what you just said, we're not attacking Kiki or her boyfriend, but out of all of this, Hasatan, the Ruwaks have gotten the generational curse to keep going. You know why? Because their little baby is in the midst of all of that chaos. All of the chaos in the house, you got a little child that's right in the midst of it. And I haven't heard not one podcaster that's getting on either one of them said anything about that young child.
About that baby.
About that baby. Generational curse right there.
Yep. Let's see if we can fit that last one in.
This is a doozy, guys. Where we at? Do we got a video for that?
I think we do. Do we? Yeah.
Yeah. Let's watch this video real quick, guys. Going into our next story.
It's been 2 years since our state was hit with the most destructive thunderstorm ever seen. The Derecho of 2020 stretched from South Dakota to Ohio and ended up causing billions of dollars of damage. It was the second most destructive natural event in the U.S. that year. Meteorologist Brett McIntyre looks back at the damage left across our state.
August 10th, 2020, 2 years ago, the costliest thunderstorm disaster in United States history, with a total bill now estimated at over $11 billion. In Des Moines, the roof of Buccaneers Arena stood out among countless trees ripped from the ground. 2x4s thrown like darts. Endless miles of flattened crops through the heart of the state. Silos and bins crushed like pop cans. 100-mile-per-hour winds in Marshalltown, still recovering from an EF3 tornado only 2 years prior. 140-mile-per-hour winds, bringing the city of Cedar Rapids to its knees. Over 98% of the city without power. Half of the city's tree canopy ruined. A curfew that would last 2 weeks, with full gas and power restoration still a wish for many. An anniversary no one is likely to forget. Brett McIntyre, WA.
And that was our Brett McIntyre reporting. In other news, an Anchor.
So you think you know Wix, but do you really?
So there you have it, folks. The Derecho. So this last story we're about to run real quick, guys. As you see the banner across the screen, the way that they are figuring that they can stop this a supercomputer will help decide whether to block the sun. This is something, man. You want, once again, sinkholes, $1 million homes. And now they want to sit, they say, hey, to stop these winter storms from creating water up on our beautiful hills and that we done surveyed for 20 years out and destroying our homes. To stop, like Shears explained it, to stop the cold air and the hot air from exchanging from north to south, we got to block the sun. Who do you think they're going to target if they block the sun? Who will be affected? Because this melanin that you see right here on this screen, the melanin that you're looking at yourself, gets the vitamin D from the sun. Bill Gates, they've all sent me an article. They've been talking about this stuff. They've been talking about blocking the sun. While on top of that, China last year launched the artificial sun into the air. We've seen it with our own eyes. So let's get into this right quick. And I'm going to throw it to you, E-News. E News on July 7th. This is recent of 2023. Supercomputer will help decide whether to block the sun. A new supercomputer funded by, guess who? The federal government will help researchers understand solar geoengineering. It says the machine named Derecho, as you heard the lady in the newscast, began operating this month at the National Center for Atmospheric Research and will allow scientists to run more detailed weather models for research on solar geoengineering. Okay. It says the Derecho is 3.5 times faster than the previous NCAR supercomputer. The team can run more detailed models to show how regional changes, y'all remember she explained the hot and cold air shouldn't be in Houston, and then the hot air in Houston shouldn't be up north. It just says how regional changes to rainfall can be caused by the release of aerosols, adding to scientists' understanding of the risk from solar geoengineering. The machine will also be used to study other issues related to climate change. Listen to this stuff, and listen who's behind it. The announcement from NCAR comes after, guess who? The Biden administration released a report Friday that offered measured support, that means they behind it, for researching solar geoengineering as a way to slow the rise of global temperatures. NCAR is funded largely through the National Science Foundation, an independent agency of the federal government. We've talked about DARPA before in many of our podcasts, many of our episodes. What you think about that? I'll throw it your way now, sir.
You remember when, was that you that shared that? Yeah, that was you. That was you that came across that article and you shared it with me. And the very first thing I did was looked up that name, Derecho.
Hey, please share that with us.
I went and looked up that name, Derecho. Derecho. I always ask myself when they name stuff, especially things like supercomputers, I always ask myself, well, where they get the name from? And I say, is that the name of a god? And sure enough, Derecho is the name of a god. Wow. And guess what god it is?
Come on.
It's the god of storms.
Bruh,
It's the god of storms. Now, the video that we ran was ran for a purpose. What was that storm at? In Iowa.
Iowa, y'all.
That's
Iowa?
Landlocked.
That's nowhere near a beach or coast.
That's landlocked. That was hurricane type storms. That was not a tornado.
Nope.
That was like a moving hurricane on land.
On land.
I don't care what nobody say. It was generated. Because, see, for storms to come, they got to have a starting point. See, I watched the storm about 3 years ago, and I'm going to see if you remember this. Then this was a hurricane. This storm started in Atlanta, and it set in Atlanta. I ain't never seen a hurricane start in the States to begin with. This storm started in Atlanta, then it moved out to the Gulf, and it didn't generate what they wanted it to generate. That joker did a U-turn and went back inland sat there on Atlanta. This was just about 3 years ago.
Yep. I know.
Sat there on top of Atlanta. Then that joker came right back out into the sea, right back out into the Gulf, and got what it needed and went back in and caused the storm. These people know what they're doing. Now, understand this. I love how me and Ayob work, because Ayob will tell you in a heartbeat that this is the hand of the Most High, which I agree with 110%. These folks deal with the violence too. Which means that even though it's the hand of the Most High, we still dealing with science. When the Most High created this thing, he said it is good.
It is good.
I'm heard, and can y'all hear me?
Yeah. You was going in and out, but I think.
Can you hear me out?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you now. I can hear you.
Okay, then. Yeah. When he created this thing, he said it is good. Now, when the Most High say something is good, that means it's better than perfect.
Yep.
Ain't no natural global warming finna come and destroy this earth.
Nope.
If there's global warming, it's being created. Yep. So the bigger story to me is Derecho. Why they named the supercomputer Derecho?
Derecho. Come on, man.
They giving us a sign, is how I think about it. And I want to know what you think. I'm thinking that they telling us by the name of the supercomputer, we about to tear this joker up.
We about to tear it up.
Y'all saw what happened August 10th.
Right.
In Iowa. Right. And they call it Derecho. That's what they call that storm.
What they call it, Derecho.
So what you think about that? I think they telling us subliminally, we about to tear this joke up.
We about to tear it up. They got to leave a scorched earth because they know that the children, the awakening is truly happening. They know that. So, we were talking about the other day how on the media, they got to make it look like we're the minority, which the remnant is, but
we're a minority in the lands of captivity.
There you go. The mass awakening is happening and they know they're losing. So they subliminally, if I say that correctly, like you said, I totally 100% agree. They have to show their hand, but they got to make it look like we're protecting you. We're saving you from global warming or climate change.
That's right.
We got to make it look like, once again, Hasatan masquerades as an angel of light.
That's right.
So they got to make it look like that it's good for you, which, like you said, they let you know they about to tear it up.
Right. They let you know that they're about to tear it up.
They got to leave the scorched earth.
It says, where is it at, man? It says to understand specific impacts on thunderstorms. You know how they gonna understand the thunderstorms? They gonna cause them.
Right. They're gonna cause them.
To understand specific impacts on thunderstorms, we require the use of a very high resolution models that can be run for many, many years. Rasmussen said in an interview, the faster supercomputer will enable more simulation. What kind of simulations are we talking, Ayo?
Right, what simulation are you talking about?
At longer time frames and at higher resolution than we can currently support. Man, they telling you in this article by the name of the supercomputer, which is Derecho, which is the god of storms. We're about to, and this is what they're gonna do. They're about to generate these storms, and then they're gonna lie and say the reason why these storms are so terrible is because of global warming. The carbon is too high. We have to reduce the carbon.
Yep.
So you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna lock your butt back up. In the house. Because they studied COVID when everybody was locked up, the carbon emissions dropped. So the best thing that we can do for Mother Earth is lock everybody back up. We see how bad the storms are, and people gonna say, yeah, you need to get in the house. You can't be driving your car.
Yep.
But I bet you the rich still gonna be getting on their private planes flying everywhere.
What?
See? I bet you they are.
I bet you they are.
I bet you they are.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
216, and we can let it go. Verse 14. Most I say, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again. Told y'all we can't do nothing about this.
Ain't nothing you can do.
The only people that's saying we can get this right is people who don't believe this Bible.
That's right.
He say the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundations of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer, returneth not backwards. Even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. These people are messing with the tree of knowledge of good and evil, and they messing with stuff that they have absolutely no business messing with.
They have no idea what they're doing. And once again, Hasatan is tempting them that there's a way out and that they know. The most high hand is the strong delusion. Like, boy, y'all have no idea what y'all up against.
What Zeke say? What the prophet Zeke say? He say that they gonna be in their holes trying to hide, and we gonna go dig them jokers up out of them.
We're gonna dig them out. We're gonna be asking the rocks fall on us. We don't want to see dude.
Come on, man. Come on, man. We got one more thing, which is the buy sell, and then we can go ahead and end the show. All right.
Let's get it.
Put my first brother in jail in 1994. He didn't mind going to jail. He would say, Judge, why are you bothering me? I can go to jail. Just go ahead and do it. I don't want to deal with your probation conditions and your anger management, and I'm not going to talk to the guy that I hit and resolve it so I cannot go to jail. I'll just do the year. We used to pick cotton. Now we are the cotton. We are the product in the system, in the paid prisons that they make money off of. And they count on you guys not being able to handle your emotions. So you go. Not over millions of dollars, not over the health and welfare of your wife and children. Some words. Every brother I sent to prison didn't know what the fight was about. All he knew is how he felt about it. I am my ego. I can't take that. I can't be disrespected. I need you to sit whatever nonsense happened today down, because it matters to me what happens to my people. I put my first brother in jail in 1994. He didn't mind going to jail. He would say,
Ooh, wow. Just told her.
So that buy sell is really more like another TikTok talk. But you said something at the beginning of the show. Remember I told you.
Yep.
Emotions.
Emotions.
We was taught as men early in our generation. Even though we know that a man don't move off emotions, we was taught early in the 90s to move off emotions.
Move off emotions.
I came up in a time, man, you better not step on my shoes.
Don't step on my shoes. Don't bump into me.
See, don't look at me wrong.
Don't look at me wrong.
Emotions.
Yep. The word says you would be tender against your brother. That's what that meant. You would be
against your brother.
Against your brother. Get emotional. Man.
Get emotional.
Over some words. I let that sink in. Let that sizzle in your spirit. Let that sizzle in your ruach for 5 seconds. Over some words.
Over words.
I tell my children all the time.
How many brothers? Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. I tell my children all the time. There are so many people in prison that cannot get that bullet back. They can't put that blood back in the body once they swing that blade.
Right.
Once you send and hit that text and that email, you can't get them words back.
Can't get it back.
You can't get it back. Check your emotions before you make that decision. If you make your decision, there are half the people locked up right now I wish I'd have just took a deep breath and just talked it out. I owed him $25 over a game I lost.
$25.
And he said some words to me. And that gave me 25 years. Disrespected me. and I'm in here for that. You know how many times that's regurgitated?
Hey man, it ain't worth it. And we was taught that because by nature, scripture even tell you that we tent dwellers, which mean that we cool as cucumbers. Right. We people that's cool.
Right. People that's cool. We dwell in them tents. Jacob dwell in tents. He was a mild-mannered. Said two different.
Mild-mannered brother. I'll turn on some music, pour a little drink,
relax.
Put my hat down, and kick my feet up, and I'm good.
Cooling.
Yeah. But we was taught we gotta be rough, man. Old Dog was a character, and it's the last thing that I want to say before we get out. But they go with that scripture that Job talked about earlier too, though. It said that a man of war suffereth poverty. That's why. Because the emotions. But I want to say this before we get out of here, Ayo. Old Dog was a character. Nino Brown was a character. Ice-T was a character. Ice Cube was a character. Brad, aka Scarface, character. Yep. I can go on and on and on. They were characters that destroyed a whole generation. Nicki Minaj, she's a character.
Cardi B,
character. Yeah. Megan Thee Stallion, character. Yep. That is being used to destroy generations. What's not a character is the Most High. The power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And every situation that we got going on in this world today, he talked about it as if he wrote it for today's time, people.
Come on, man. Wow.
He talked about it. Wow. Don't get lost in the sauce of this world.
Wow.
Don't get lost in the sauce of this world. Protect your soul, guard your senses, guard your ears, guard your eyes. Learn discipline. Because what you ingest, it does become you. It does become you. Wow. Any last words, Ayo? Man, I think it was a great show tonight.
Great show, man. Oh, man, just, guys, yeah, man, just keep watch. Keep the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. Stay close to him. Stay yoked with Mashiach. Keep the Ruach HaKadosh head of your life. And these are signs of the time. So, but that said, we appreciate y'all. Love y'all, man.
Love y'all for sure. We got Monologue McGod this month.
Yeah.
He gonna be in the house. Yeah. Monologue McGod is gonna be in the house this month. We got a banging lineup for the rest of these months coming through, people, man. A lot of people that you have heard of, some that you haven't heard of, but we got some lineups coming up that's going to be great. Everybody that's going to be.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Next week, who we got going to be rocking with me next week?
Did you talk to him?
I haven't talked to him, so we ain't gonna say nothing yet.
Okay, then there you go.
Right,
there you go. Yeah.
Keep it going. All right.
It's gonna be great, man. I'm nervous too. I talked to you about it not about the show at all.
Right.
About that plane ride. I was telling my wife, man, y'all gonna have to give me some volumes or something, man.
Well, you sound like Malcolm, my wife too. She's ain't getting on her. Ain't gonna have
man. And I was trying to psych myself up to get on the boat. You know, my wife wanted to cruise, man. I told my wife every time I try to tell myself I can do it, I get to thinking about all that water, and I be like,
I'll stay on land. I'll see y'all when y'all get back. I'll be over here.
You hear that? That's land.
Right. That's land. I'll be sipping pina coladas when y'all out there. Y'all be right here chilling.
Get up in this air, man. I am nervous. Y'all pray for the I'm flying up out of here next week. Me and the family going on the family vacation. Say, look. Yeah, y'all pray for the Ark. I am apprehensive for real, man. I wake up in sweat sometimes. Woo.
Not the sweat, Ark. It'll be all right. We're going to keep you in prayer.
Be on this place. I know, right? Hey, we love y'all. We'll see y'all next week. Thank y'all, the greatest audience in YouTube land. See you next week.
All right, y'all.
Let's get out of here, yo. Shalom.
Shalom.